So first of all, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
yeah. My name is Abhishek Tiwari, and I have 14 plus years of experience in the IT industry and 8 plus years of experience in the analytics field, especially in the machine learning, data science, deep learning. Okay, I'll talk about these jargons, right? And I have worked in the various domains in the analytics field, like high tech, like retail, like banking, correct, like pharma, and so on, telecom. And this part of my introduction is really very important, that why I say that various domains, right? The different domains, because the data science field is not strict to one particular domain, right? It's cut through horizontal, and I'll talk about it, right? And I have published, guys, 4 papers on the machine learning in the international journals. So that's what a brief introduction about me. If you have any question, you can shoot. Else I'll start. Let me know if you have any question, or shall I start?
No, sir.
Okay, well done.
Also, if you have any questions, you just put it in the chat box. Like
Yeah,
at that moment, like we can take the questions after the a topic or something. Okay.
yeah. So, guys, before I start, I have a question. If you don't mind answering the questions, okay? So it's very easy questions, guys, and don't feel offensive that the questions are really very easy. But yes, so I have a question. What is purpose two? Simple question, I know that, but still, I
Six,
want
sir.
to validate few things. Guys,
Six.
yeah, you can answer.
Six.
Yeah, you can answer on the chat
Six.
windows also. I am continuously monitoring the chat window, so I can see it. 66666, right? Lot many sixes, right? Good. So 6 is the answer. Okay, and 3 multiplied by 3,
Nine.
9.
Nine, sir.
9.
2 square,
Four.
The 4. 4.
4, and 5 minus 1,
Four.
4.
4.
Okay.
Four, sir.
So is it a fair assumption that I assume that you guys know mathematics, at least arithmetics,
Yes, sir.
right? We all are engineers, so
Yes, sir.
we are good in math, correct? Now the question is, okay, please answer. Do not use calculator, any software. Use your manual pen and paper, and give me the answer. If you need some time, that's fine. Let me know how much time do you need. Effort
Getting
estimation.
close to infinity.
No, that's not the right answer. I checked it. Okay, so let me make it easy for you. Okay, much easier. Guys, either answer or effort estimation. That how much time do you think that you will need to answer this question?
The calculators are on.
No, that is not allowed.
6 months. Yes.
Okay, 6 months.
Not possible.
Not possible. Not possible. Still tough. Impossible to calculate. 5 hours. I appreciate. Ritesh, 5 hours. But who has this 5 hours? Do you have 10 years? Rachit? Yeah, I'm talking about 5 hours. Okay, I'm taking the best case. I trust you guys. But who has this 5 hours? Do you have? Are you ready to wait for 5 hours just to get one answer? Guys,
No, sir.
no?
No, sir.
Why? Because time is money, right? Everyone is looking for money. And probably, right, if you're not doing it for the fun, someone is paying you for doing it, right? And they do not have the time so that you can wait. Okay, you experiment or you calculate, and for that they need extraordinary associate, and they will demand extraordinary salary, right? I do not have that money, correct? Now the problem is, let's say that after 5 years, someone has answered the question. Now the next question is who is going to validate this? That answer is wrong or right? You guys have given the answer. I validated this, and I said, okay, your answers are correct. Now the problem is the validation also. Who is going to validate?
So the calculator.
Calculator. Okay. So yes. So the thing is, though we understand arithmetic, sometimes it is very difficult or it is impossible, or sometimes it's not cost effective, sometimes it's not practical to go with our calculation, right? What we have learned. So we need the help of someone, and that someone can be the calculator, that someone can be a software program, right? So it is fine that okay, we know the basics of arithmetics, but still many a times when the data is really large, or the data size is the volume is large, or the data itself is very large, sometimes it is impractical to solve it manually. And the problem is now, if I tell you just to solve this part also, this is quite easy, right? But still there are chances of error. Wherever the manual calculation is involved, there are chances of error. If you can do it, right, and you know that how to do it, it's better to automate it, because machine is not going to commit any mistake, correct? So I know maths. Now I need something, computer science, some software help or some calculator, because every time the calculator may also be not be sufficient, correct? So now let me pause it here for some time and give me a picture about that how industry works, how we execute the data science projects in the industry. Now we have this number. We all know that we have this number. Now I agree that okay, no offense, but I need to use some programming language or some software to answer this question. Now, the first thing you will need to digitize this information. Digitize. What does it mean? This number is on your paper. You cannot feed that paper directly and you cannot get the answers. You need to have this number somewhere in the computer. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, these numbers can be in text file, can be CSV file. We all know CSV. We all know Excel file.
Yes, sir.
Excel,
Yes, sir.
right? If we have the larger, then we can use the database also, SQL, Oracle, any variants. Teradata or Hadoop, even Hadoop or cloud. So somewhere we need to store the data. Somewhere we have to store the data, correct? Could be the ERP system, could be something else, data warehouse, ERP, CRM, database, whatever it is, right? Excel file, CSV file, right? We need to store this data somewhere. Now there is a separate team. There is a separate team in the organization, right? Which takes care about all these things. It is essential to know that what is important for us. It is even more important that what is not important for us, because we cannot learn everything. No one in the world has learned everything, correct? So you need to be clear, you need to be focused that what you want to learn. Every field is an ocean. Now you cannot target 2 or 3 oceans, correct? So thing is, this is not our job. There will be separate team, we call it the big data team or the data engineering team, correct? They will be working on this, right? They're our friends, we trust our friends. We only need to know that how to extract this data. Extract. So this is the only thing what we need. How to save it, how to retrieve it, how to there is a lot many things, right? Even I don't know, correct? So these things are not important. For this, you need a separate course. Separate course. These guys do not fall in the data science umbrella. This part is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
question,
sir.
guys, here? Now, now, second thing is, right, I know that we know some mathematics, right? But sometimes it is difficult to manipulate or to calculate manually. So what is algorithm, guys? What is algorithm?
Set of instructions.
Sorry?
For a task to occur. It is a step.
Set of instructions
Yeah. Set of instruction.
for a task to perform.
Set of
In
instruction.
easy language.
Correct. Now there is some set of instructions, right? We use a term called machine learning algorithms. Now, what is machine learning? Yes, series of well-defined steps. Very good. All right. So machine learning. What is machine learning? Again, yeah, it's a topic, right? It will take some time to explain. But in the machine learning, right, we use algorithms. We use algorithm. We are not going to invent any algorithm in this course, right? Or for that matter, any course. The data science once again falls into the two things. One is applied, second is research. Applied, second is research. Now, most of the jobs are for the applied. Most of the jobs. If you want to do some research work, some PhD, right, for a particular topic, particular algorithm, then okay, you can opt for math. Here you will have a very intense maths. For applied, yeah, you will need the mathematics, but not in depth. Correct. You will have to understand that what is algorithms, when to use it, what to use it, where to use it. Right. You are not going to reinvent the wheel. We are not going to reinvent the wheel once again. Correct. So I'm talking about it from the industry perspective. DS, data science, applied, and the research. Now, so there is a set of algorithms, right? What we are going to learn, right, and apply. Now, nothing is this field. Now these algorithms, right, because these are set of algorithms, and now it is difficult to perform like in a C language or a C++ language, because for everything you will have to write a function. In the Python, in the R, I'll talk about it, you have the ready-made function for almost everything, right? Whatever you need for mathematical things. So these things, now this is a team 1, which we don't want. Now team 2, this is the core team, what we are. So here we call as a, previously it was statisticians. The job was for the statisticians. Now, even with the managers, yeah, even with the engineers, the PhDs, right? There is a lot of skill gap. Correct. Now, we are going to use lot of algorithm here. Now, for the algorithm, we need a language. We need a programming language which supports the packages, which support the functions. Now choices are many. Choices are many here. Let's say SAS, R, Python, Minitab. I would say Excel also is a very underrated tool, guys, but good to know, right? Minitab, Julia, I would say, Watson, SPSS, MATLAB, and so many programming languages are available here in the market, right? You need not to learn everything. You need to pick at least one. You need to pick one to start with. Correct. Because machine learning is one thing. So the course goes two ways. One thing is to understand the algorithm. Second thing is how to implement it. If you want to implement it, you will need a language, a programming language. And these languages are not as difficult as C, right? Or C++ or any object-oriented programming. These are very simple scripting language, one line code, job done. One line code, job done. Okay. So for example, now when I started my career, I started with this SAS 8 years back. SAS is the first choice for the banking industry. Now even the banking industry post 2008 recession, they are coming for the free tools, cost optimization. Post 2008, the industry shifted towards the free softwares. Now R and Python are the free softwares. Now you have only two choice, R or Python. Now anybody who is starting the career in the data science, they are not learning SAS, or very few guys are learning SAS. Correct. Majority is in the R and in the Python. Correct. Now, 2 years back, it was R everywhere. Everywhere it was R programming, right? And R programming is for the machine learning, it is really good, right? But now once you learn machine learning, your job is not done. You need to learn the deep learning as well. The deep learning is like NLP, computer vision, with the neural networks and all. Now here the R does not have, it's like R is a very weak. R is a very strong contender here in this space, ML space. But Python has done exceedingly well in the deep learning. Deep learning. Okay. So now if you're starting, if someone is starting the career, it is advisable that okay, you start with the Python, because if you need to scale up, you need not to learn one new language. Right. So R and Python both are good for the machine learning. Python is better if you are starting new. Correct. From the job point of view, now both have the equal shares in the market. Equal share in the market, almost equal. Correct. Now, lot of jobs in NLP, natural language processing, where we deal with the text data, sentiment analysis, and other use cases, or computer vision, right? Dog or cat, you might have heard, and the neural network, you might have heard about it. So they need these skills also, not only machine learning, not only machine learning. So blindly, okay, you can pick Python if you take my advice, right? These are the things, right? This is Julia is coming up really very fast, but it is far behind. Watson is a IBM tool, SPS is a IBM tool, MATLAB, you all know what is MATLAB, correct? So this is about the programming language. You need to pick one, at least one, right? So in this course, probably, okay, you can take R or Python, anything. Python is the better choice. If you ask me, so around 2.5 years, I work with SAS. Then now for the last 3 years, I'm working with a Python. In between, I work with R. Now, if someone says that that a person is having 5 years of experience and does not know R, it's a fake CV, synthetic CV. These are the things, okay, we check in the interview, in the CV shortlisting, right? If someone says that I have 5 years of experience in the Python, it's a fake CV. It was not in the market. It was not in the market. Python for the data science or the Python for the machine learning. Python is a very old language, but Python for machine learning or Python for data science is coming from the last 2-3 years, has picked up really very well. Okay. Now, after this, right, you need to represent something. You have got something. Now, what is machine learning? I'll talk about it. What is machine learning? We'll discuss. Now, you need to prepare the report. You will have to prepare the report. Let's say if I ask you guys that how many assignments you have done in the last semester. Answer, please.
About 20 assignments.
20 assignments. How you got this answer?
About 4 average of each main subjects.
Okay. So now one thing is we call something called descriptive analytics. Descriptive. So in the descriptive analytics, we ask what has happened, how many assignments you did, how many corona cases has already occurred, how many positive cases in the market. A company has sold how many cars in the last quarter. Correct. So it is all about the past data, and we all know the answer. Answer in the sense we have the data, and there is and now let's say you have a data. You are running a company. Guys, you know about the quarter results? Quarter results of a company?
No, sir.
Q1 results, Q2 results and all. So,
Yes, sir.
okay. So tell me one thing. Yeah, tell me one thing, right? That if you need to explain this quarter results to a guy who is in class 5th, how will you explain it? Very simple term, all the debits, all the credits, right? How many articles you have sold, profit
sir.
you have made, right? Margins,
Yes, sir.
profit, revenue, that's all. So let's say, for example, 31st March was the last day of a quarter. Quarter started from 1st January to 31st March. Now, you cannot publish the quarter results before 31st March. Can you?
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
Because
Quarter has not been
you don't
completed
know.
yet.
right? Because you don't know what will happen, what may happen in the next 2 days, correct? So now you are going and collating all the data. You are checking that how many articles you have sold, right? What was the profit? What was the revenue? What was the salary? What was the attrition in the employee? And then you say that, yes, boss, my revenue or my profit of the quarter is this much. This is the for the Q1. This is the revenue. Now there is no speculation, guys. These are the hard facts. These are the hard facts. Okay. And why I call this a hard fact? Because you actually know how many articles you have sold. Until and unless you are forging your books, you know the answer. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now, so this we call it descriptive analytics. Descriptive. Now, let's say if I ask you question, let's say for example, this is your marks of the class 10th. Let's say class 10th marks for you, right? So, what is the one logical question your parents is going to ask from you? If they need to, if they can ask only one question, what will be that question?
Why is there a 48 marks in one subject?
Why 48? Now, please answer. Why 48? So, in the second thing, we ask the question about the why. Why 48? Guys, you can type in the chat window as well.
Maybe he's weak in that subject.
Okay, weak, right? What else? So I have around 100 participants, right? So I need answers,
Paper
guys.
was very tough.
So guys, we have Abhishek sir on very special request, so you can interact with us, sir. Like
Health
this
issues.
session is for you only.
Health issues.
The paper was very tough.
Okay, the mark is 100 marks, guys. Okay. It was tough, right?
वो सब्जेक्ट उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता.
Okay.
He's not
Not
interested.
interested at
The
all.
due
Not
to
interested.
time management.
Management, time management, right?
There might be some problem with the paper itself.
Problem, teacher problem, right?
Forgot about the timetable. Studied
Teacher,
different subject.
very good, great guys, right? Forget about timetable, right? Okay.
Late arrival.
Late arrival, excellent. Okay.
Bunk
Yes, guys.
class.
Maybe invigilator strict आया उस दिन.
Yeah, strict invigilator, right?
Bunk class.
Okay, bunk classes, attendance, and whatever, right? So what you're trying to do? You're trying to justify, right? That why 48, right? Why you missed it? Because the question was itself that okay, you are really good. Because the question was not that why did you get 98? Because the assumption was that you are really good, and you could not perform in this particular subject. Now you are trying to justify this. Now it's the management job that if they are agree with your justification or no. So essentially what you are doing the diagnostic. You are finding the root cause of the problem. What was the problem? Problem was 48 marks. 48 was a very low marks, right? If I compare from the other subject marks, the 48 is really very low. So the problem was here, the problem was low marks. Now you are trying to do the diagnosis. We call it the diagnostic analytics. Diagnostic analytics. Question is always about the why it happened, right? Now we call it the root cause analysis also, RCA, root cause analysis. You are trying to find out the root cause, correct? It is up to the management. Now in this case, in this case the management is your parents, right? So it is up to them that okay, they are believing you or no. That's a different story. But what we do, right? We perform, and these two things, why I'm giving this example, because these two things are on the past data. No one can ask you a question that result is about to declare. I cannot ask you that why 48, because no one knows that okay, you are going to score 48. They cannot ask that why India got all out at 36, right? Once it is already done, the damage is already done, then you will go and check for the root cause. What was the problem? Was there a party last night or something else? Correct. So now, okay. So this is your job now. You understand, and you are preparing the quarter results. every quarter, quarter on quarter. Now Q2, let's say Q3 also, and let's say for example Q4 it was less. Q3, Q4, the management is going to ask you question that why it is less. Correct, because the trend was this, and now you have seen that the problem is this much. Correct. So again, probably okay, you can justify that okay, right? There was a COVID scenario situation, a lot of not use cases, a lot of corona cases, correct? And there was a lockdown, right? So it has impacted. So this is all about the diagnosis and the descriptive. Once in the class, I'll describe this in the detail. I'm just giving a flavor, right? Now in the prediction that okay, if someone asks you that what will happen next quarter, right? What is the result? You are publishing this Q4 result once the Q4 is over. You are publishing this Q3 results when the Q3 is over. Now if someone asks you that what will be the result, right, for the next quarter, that time it comes predictive analytics. Okay, this is the what will happen. So we are going to focus basically here what will happen. Now the use cases are some machine learning use cases. Now what is machine learning, guys? Very interesting question. We are talking about the left. Okay, right. What is machine learning, guys? Any idea?
Making the machine learn for some particular task or
Exactly.
training the machine for a particular
Big
task.
data.
Exactly. So you are making machine learn for a particular task. I'll give you example. Let's say, for example, okay, you see me, right? Can you predict the weight of a person whose name is Abhishek, who is speaking just now in front of you?
No, sir.
If we have some previous data, then we can like predict like what can it be.
You can guess, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Please answer.
80-90.
Sorry?
80-90.
80-90? 80-90?
75.
Yeah, 80-90 is the range, right? 80 or 90?
I will go with 85.
85, okay. Guys, 65, very good. I wish, okay. Answer please, guys, answer.
Sir,
40.
Much?
90.
90, okay.
Sir, 40.
40, you guys are going good, right?
78, sir.
Yeah, 36 all out, right? Okay, right, okay. So thing is now these numbers are not important. What is important here that how did you come up with this number? It is not a wild guess.
Yes.
Okay, how did you arrive to this particular number? How did you zero down?
Sir, like we have some colleague or something named Abhishek, and like we guess and visualize that person, and then from that we get predicted.
Okay,
Doesn't matter on the name.
sorry, I could not hear you.
It doesn't matter on the name.
Right, okay, good point. So the thing is, right, we have come across many guys in our lifetime, right, and we know the approximately what is the height, what is the weight, and then by that understanding, with that experience, I can answer a question that what is the weight of Vashu or Harmeet or Tarun, right? So if I see them, probably I can estimate something. And this estimate is not just a random estimate. Based on my experience and my understanding, my processing, I am giving a number. Now, if I need to make the machine learn, but to come up with these numbers, and now you know that I have got 6 numbers. Only one number will, in the best case, only one number will be accurate. In the best case, only one number will be right.
Yes, sir.
So rest of the number there is error. For the rest of number there is error. So let's say if I assume that we have 15 years of experience, the average age of the group is let's say 20 years and or 22 years or let's say 20 years, and they have the 10 years of experience. Okay, then they have seen and they have started analyzing at the age of 10. So with the 10 years of experience, guys, you cannot predict the weight of a person. With a 10 years of experience, you cannot predict the weight of a person, right? And now if I'm trying to make machine learn, what I'm trying to achieve? If I'm not a good teacher, right, how will I expect my students to answer any question? Because the teacher is you, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and now I cannot wait for 10 years to make machine learn, right?
Yes, sir.
So what
Yes.
is right? I am going to provide the data. I am going to provide my experience in terms of data, and not only my experience. I am going to provide probably the handed experiences, like thousands of data or hundreds of data. Then, if the data is good, my machine is going to learn, and my machine will probably predict. Correct? Garbage in, garbage out. It's all about the data. If there's no data, I cannot do any prediction. And guys, 100% accuracy is the myth. It is highly difficult. We cannot achieve that, right? Very rare. Now thing is, second thing, now this is prescriptive. Yeah, if I explain, yeah, it will take a lot of time. I have other things to explain, guys. Any question if you have, right? It's not a class, probably, right? It's better that if I answer your questions. Any question, guys?
Yes, you can write the question in chat or ask the sir by unmuting yourself.
Right. So there's a lot of use cases in the machine learning, guys. Let's say, okay, I'll give you some use cases. Let's say, for example, you go to bank, right? You go to bank. Have you guys applied a loan, education loan or personal loan or a car loan, house loan, or in your family, someone has applied?
Yes, sir.
So for
Yes.
many
Yes,
guys, yeah, for many guys, the loan got rejected, right?
Yes.
Right? Why? So banks are the early adopter of the machine learning. They use a machine learning algorithm to find out now how bank works. Tell me how bank works, right? If you deposit your money, you are going to get a interest of, let's say, 3 to 5%. But if you are going to take a loan, they are going to charge you the interest rate from 7 to, let's say, 17%. Correct. So this difference minus all their operating cost, all the operating cost, which include the salary of the associates everywhere, that is the profit. So the bank, if the bank do not lend the money, it is a problem for them. Now, at the same time, they do not want to lend the money to Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi. Why? I have given a loan to you and you did not return to me. It's a loss to me, right? So bank will run a algorithm, machine learning algorithm, which will try to find out that these applicants, based on the different attributes, let's say the number of credit cards he's holding, what is the salary, he's doing job, how many independents, what is the age, how many dependents, right? Own house, rented house, many other things. Do you have bike? Do you have car? Many things, right? Many things. Basis on this, they are going to say, or they're going to predict that this guy is a safe customer or this guy is a defaulter. If the system tells you, if the machine learning is going to answer that this customer looks like a defaulter, okay, the loan gets rejected. Banks is one of the earliest adopter of the machine learning. Pharma is the one thing, right? Pharma is the next boom. Pharma, okay, and it's not that okay, the guy has to do the B pharma, right? All the engineers, they are dreaming for the pharma now. All the engineers, okay. So retail and telecom, yeah, they have adopted really very well. Now we have machine learning everywhere, guys, everywhere. So one thing, let's say for example, second call is a churn, customer churn. So telecom is a very popular use case in the telecom. Let's say for example, you are using Airtel today, right? And what is the probability that you will move out or you will use this facility called MPN, mobile portability, right? And you will go to Jio. It's a loss to the customer. Sorry, it's lost to the company called Airtel, because acquiring a new customer is always very difficult and very expensive. Correct. Acquiring a new customer is really very expensive. They need to air the ad, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now, so they will know that, right? What are the customers? Basis on that, how many calls you have made, right? Are you using the services? How many SMS, right? You have sent night callers, day callers, multiple things. And they decide and they predict that this customer is probably going to leave the company After that, where you are going to BSNL, you are going to Jio, or you are going to Vodafone, does not matter to me, but you are going to leave Airtel. So it's a early indicator for the Airtel. If you can do something, please do. Otherwise, okay, this customer is going to leave. Very popular use case in the industry, right? And it's not in the just the theory. They are using it. Accenture has invested so heavily in the HR analytics. The day you join, they know that, okay, when you are looking for a job, the next job, not about the freshers, but about the experienced guys, right? If a patients walk into the ICU, they have the models, right? It's already on the trial that, okay, this patient with the given alignment and all, right, the given medical history, will he survive or no? So everywhere I'm asking question, I'm asking a question. It's just like a modern day astrologer, guys. Modern day astrologer. Now, if you go to any astrologer, the first thing I have realized that, okay, you ask the question about your past. And why that? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
If you visit any astrologer, do you ask a question about the past? Guys, you can use the chat window also. It should not be monologue.
Yes, you can interact with the sir. Like, this is not a class. This session is specially arranged for you, and we have a very experienced teacher, Mr. Abhishek Tiwari sir, with us. So
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, I'm saying that if you visit any astrologer, if your friends or family, anyone has visited any astrologer, do they ask the question about their past?
Yes,
Okay,
sir, surely.
tell me how many brothers and sisters, how many siblings do I have? Right? These kinds of questions. Have you ever heard about it?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Why they ask? They already know that how many siblings they have. They just want to validate that the astrologer is good or bad.
But sir, they also ask other things like, for example, name, place, time, all that.
Right.
Won't we include that also?
So you ask the question about your past just to validate that if this guy is going to answer my question correctly, so I'll be more confident, and I can ask the question about my future. Okay, tell me, sir. Okay, or tell me, Guruji, that after 5 years, what will happen? Shall I go for GATE or shall I go for GRE? Correct, right? So in the machine learning also, we divide the data into the train and test. Okay, which definitely will be covered in the classes. Not right now. So we need to test on the. We need to validate the model, right? You cannot simply build the model. Okay. You have the model, the customer churn model or the customer default model. You cannot use it. You need to say that how good this model is. This model is, let's say, 84% accurate or 76% accurate. You need to tell that. Okay. Now, other use cases, like a customer walks in, right? How many days is going to stay in your hospital? Length of stay. Length of stay. So there are multiple use cases, guys, which we use in the machine learning, right? We try to solve, and every time we do not only solve the, we do not only predict it, but sometimes we use in the machine learning, we have basically two things. If I try to oversimplify, we have just two things in machine learning. One is supervised learning, and second is unsupervised learning. Now in supervised learning, we ask questions. What will happen? What will happen? Who will win the World Cup? Who will be the man of the match? Correct? What will the temperature tomorrow? Will it rain tomorrow? So all these questions.
Okay.
Correct. In unsupervised, we don't know the question actually. So let's say, for example, a telecom customer, they know that, okay, what kind of customer you are. You means anyone, customer XYZ, what kind of customer he or she is. Correct. It's a night caller, ISD caller, SMS lover, right? Or used caller tunes or something. So they separate or they group the customers of the same attributes. So for example, okay, out of 100 customers, these 10 customers, they always make a very late night calls, long calls. These customers, their average call duration is just 40 seconds. These customers, they never send SMS. These customers, yeah, they make the calls to the ISD number also. These are the customers, they use the value-added services. So based on all these attributes, or some customers, they call to the customer care all the time, right? So they know, right? Based on all these things, they know and they tell, they make their strategies. Okay, these are the 5 different groups of the customer. We call it the clustering or segmentation, which falls in the unsupervised learning. Again, guys, these are the topics which will take at least 4 hours to cover, correct? At least 4 hours. So I'm just giving you some jargons here. If you have any specific question, you can ask me. Some basic use cases in the industry, guys. Patient diagnosis, right? A given tumor, right? Is it cancerous or no? This, right? This report is a COVID positive or the COVID negative reports. Now a person, a patient, let's say I have the data of the 100 patients, they're all the medical histories, right? Now they have the model, right, which can predict that in the next quarter who is going to get the cardiac arrest, a cardiac stroke, right? They can send an alert to the associates, or not an associate, to the patient, that okay boss, okay, you are at the high risk, please come here, right? We'll do something for you. Asthma attack prediction, when will the next asthma attack will happen? Okay, so be careful, keep your inhaler with you, right? Finance fraud, right? You are swiping your card, now it is still not done, right? It's still not done. They are trying to find out that what are the transactions are fraudulent. Transaction is not done by you. Now because okay, if I analyze your credit card detail, okay, I know that okay, what kind of customer you are. Okay, what is your average bill? 100 rupees, 10,000 rupees, in lakhs, right? Where do you shop? Now, if there is any unusual activity, they will flag as a suspicious transaction. You may get a verification call also. Manufacturing, anomaly detection. So guys, if you know about the Six Sigma, right? So every product has to be in a specified limit, right? If the product is not in the specified limit, they will treat that it's a bad product. This is not up to the mark. They will mark as an anomaly. Anomaly means, what is anomaly? Extreme, odd man out. Okay, who does not go along with the group. Other things. Retail, inventory optimization. How many items you should have, how many milk packet you should have, so that let's say you are keeping 100 milk packets and the demand is for the 120 milk packets. So you are losing 20 packets. This is a opportunity loss, right? But if you are keeping 150 items, right, 150 milk packets, and only 120 you can sell, so 30 items you are directly losing. So what is the inventory you should keep? Because you have the limited money, everyone has a limited money, limited rack space, correct? So many things. Let's say recommender system. If you type your YouTube will be different from your friend's YouTube page, right? Because you will be getting the recommendation based on your interest, based on what you browse. Correct, guys. Please watch a documentary called Social Dilemma on the Netflix. It's just I think 80 minutes. Netflix, Social Dilemma. Okay, you will get to know the how scary the things are. Okay, they track each and everything. How a photo on Instagram you have looked for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, that is also monitored. I have worked with the Microsoft, and I know that if you are using this, right, Excel file, you press this backspace 5 times, they count it. Everything is being captured. Privacy is a myth. Okay, but that is off the topic, correct? Off the topic. Now, one thing.
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
Sir, the thing is that is machine learning helpful in unpredictable situations also? Like you told us about the entire network thing. So in telecoms, as of now, because of the farmers' protest, Jio lost a lot of its subscribers recently. So in that type of a situation, is machine learning helpful, or is it just you can't really do anything about it?
See, so some of the things, okay, you are really helpless, right? You are going to really helpless, but in the future, let's say for example, if you see the pattern that every parliamentary session, okay, there is some bills and some protests, you can feed that data into the model, and provide that data, right? That may predict in the future, but not currently. Because let's say if something is happening for the first time, even you cannot predict, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And machine is your brainchild.
Yeah, got it, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I also have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in machine learning field, I suppose a lot of mathematics goes into it. So what kind of mathematics are we supposed
I missed you.
to know to progress in this field?
Right. Okay. So for what is required for you guys, I'm going to explain you. Otherwise, yeah, if you're going for the research, algebra and the calculus, matrix operation. Matrix is everywhere. Okay. Some use cases, guys. Right. Alternate route solution for the Google Map. It's all about the machine learning once again. See, recommendation. Let's say Flipkart or the Amazon, right? The customer who has bought this has bought that also. Correct. And many times you go and buy that particular item. Amazon 32% revenue. Amazon 32% revenue is coming from the recommendation itself. 32%. Can you believe that? No endorsement, no TV ads, nothing. They are just giving a right recommendation, which is so close to you, right? Again, in the recommendation, we have multiple things like collaborative filtering, like content filtering and other stuff. But these are the advanced topics, guys. Advanced topics. Netflix. Netflix is known for the recommendation. They have started it actually. They have thrown a challenge of $1 million challenge long time back, and to improve the to reduce the error actually, to reduce the error of a model. These things, okay, you'll understand some jargons once you're in the class. By 10%, reduce the error by 10%, right? And the contest was on for more than a year. The top 3 teams could not achieve it. They have hit the mark of 9. They have almost all the top 3 teams, and they have invented algorithm Funk SVD, and they have got the prize. So this is coming from the long time, guys. Long time. Now the only thing is we have the processing speed. We have the lot of free stuff, right? We have the trainings available. We have the resources. Now it is picked up because for the POC and for the learning purpose, let's say this 8 GB RAM is sufficient. But in the real time, we work in 100 plus GB RAMs, which is very difficult. Now today also, now the 100 GB RAM is so cheap nowadays. We can afford it. 10 years back, 5 years back, yeah, it was a sort of a dream, right? If you buy, guys, bread, if you buy bread, do you buy butter also? Buy bread, do you buy butter also? If you buy pencil, you buy eraser or sharpener, sometime at least.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this we call as a market basket analysis. This is again a machine learning use case. We call it a market basket analysis. It falls in a unsupervised because here we are not predicting anything, but we are trying to find out that what are the items which go in the same cart or the same transaction. Let's say, okay, you are shopping on the Myntra or on the Flipkart or on Amazon or in a big bazaar, right? So you have a cart and you keep on putting all the items. So they want to know that what are the items that go in the same cart, right? Same basket, so that they can keep it nearby, right? They can keep it nearby. We call it association rules. Association rules. Market basket analysis. Correct. Now the Walmart actually they have found out that if you buy diaper, right, then you buy beer also. So that is a famous case study. You can Google it out. Diaper beer case study. Diaper and beer. A very good story over there. Prediction, like success factor. Okay, what are the chances that okay India will win the match? Correct. Dream 11 team. Even we all do it mentally, but if you do right, if you provide in form of data, machine will do much better than what we can do. scoring or the default. I give you an example like default, non-default, or the credit card default, or the credit scoring. So it's all comes with this machine learning. Like COVID is a very ultimate use case actually, guys. COVID. So in the month of March and April, right? We were talking about how many use cases has happened, right? How many corona positive cases in India, right? So it was all descriptive, right? Because we already knew it that okay, today we found let's say 546 cases in India, correct? Now after that, in month of probably April or May, there was a news of Italy everywhere. Something has happened in Italy. Something has happened in Italy. Right. Thank God. Yeah, I was not there. So now they started giving all the theories that what Italy did, that it went horrible. It's like it went horribly wrong actually. So there was a lot of theory. So it was again a diagnostic analysis, right? Diagnostic analysis. Okay, there are very aged population. There was an event called uh, correct hug event in the Florence. You know about it, correct? The China's, yeah,
Yes, sir.
right, Florence. So after that, okay, they say that okay, they did not follow the social distancing. Okay, they're partying every time. So this was the diagnostic analysis. Now after that, the Indian scientist, they have given a picture, horrible picture to the government boss. Okay, if you don't do something else, anything, right? In India, okay, you will have the millions of cases, millions of cases. So that was a prediction after 3 months, forecasting after 3 months how many cases will be there in India. Now the Indian government thought, okay, boss, I do not have the PPE kits, we don't have the gloves, we don't have the mask, we need to do something. So what to do, how to do? Now there was a something called prescriptive analytics, which is prescriptive analytics. So in the chart, right, what I've shown to you, 1 second guys, it got looks like it got hanged. Okay, so descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. Prescriptive means that you are giving a prescription. Let's say a very good analogy. Let's say okay, I'm an overweight person. Let's say obese person, right? And if I visited a doctor and I said that my weight is let's say 120 kg, what should I do? So doctor has given the prescription. Before that, doctor has told me okay, these are the tests you go and perform. So that was a diagnostic test. Correct. And now the doctor is prescribing you that, okay, boss, please maintain the daily routine. We have a disciplined life. No pizza, no burger, no junk foods, right? Do exercise. Now the doctor has given the prescription. Now, being the manager of my own body, it is up to me that I take that suggestion or no. That do I see? Everyone knows that if you do this, you will get this one, right? Okay. If you study, okay, you'll get IIT. If you study, okay, you'll get GRE or GATE or something else, or you'll become IES. But are we ready to put that much of effort? So that is the prescription part, prescriptive. Now the prescriptive is most difficult. Now the descriptive is really very easy. Usually the BAs, we have a job profile called business analyst. They do this analysis, descriptive analytics. Now for us, our job starts from the predictive. We need to predict about the future. Now, thing is, I cannot do any prediction if I don't understand my data. So I will have to start from the basics. We have to start from the basic, right? Okay, what is descriptive? We need to understand the data, right? If I understand the data, then we understand the pain in the data. That okay, what is wrong? Now after that, we may find out some use cases that okay, if I do some machine learning technology, if I use some algorithm, can I solve this problem? Right. So this is the whole sequence follows, guys. So junior data scientists, they are not involved in like in all the cycles, right? Once you climb the ladder, okay, you will be involved everywhere. But yeah, you will start getting the data and the points that okay, you do this, right? Now you apply algorithm, you apply to, or you do this, or you clean the data, or you do something else. So, but after some time, once you understand the domain, once you understand the field, the algorithms, okay, you can do it all end-to-end things. Guys, any question? If you have, let me know.
Weather forecast is also an example of this now.
Yeah, forecast. Yes. So time series forecasting is a very old technology, right? And is widely used also.
Akinator.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one thing, guys, just give a minute.
So there is another like a bot or we can call an app.
Chatbot.
Akinator. You must have heard about that Akinator.
Yeah.
That is also like we were trying to like defeat it somehow, but it always predicts the perfect things. That is also a very good example here.
Yes. Okay. We have the boards, right? The boards could be the normal boards also, and the board could have the AI powered board, right? Which has some intelligence, right? Which may predict that okay, what you are really looking for. Otherwise, the conventional boards are okay. Press 1 for this, press 2 for this, right? They can write everything. Voice boards or the chat boards. So the boards are with the like the conventional boards and the AI powered board both. Guys, in the course, we'll be covering the Python, right? In the Python, yeah, we have the lot of libraries, right? NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and after that sklearn. So the major focus will be on the sklearn for the machine learning. But to understand this, you will have to understand this entire stuff. Otherwise, we cannot start machine learning directly. Correct. So you will have to go through that sort of that how to clean the data. That is must. Data cleaning steps. What is outlier? What is missing values? What is correlation? Some statistical concepts. So you have to understand that part. Correct. So now those things will be covered in the, we call it the Python. Now the tool will be it's a free tool. Let me show you. So it's an Anaconda, right? Anaconda, we have a Jupyter and we have a Spider. So both can be used. And the first half of the course, will be covering the Spider and then the Jupyter. So Jupyter is just a sort of editor, right? Let's say, for example, you have it. Now you need to open a file. So the guys who are not aware about this Python and all, right? So Python is a basic calculator also. 2 plus 3, 5. Answer is done. Okay, you need not to compile and do everything. Getting my point. So there is a lot of functions, inbuilt function. Let's say, for example, if you're using C programming, and if you need to find out the median value. What is median? Median value.
First, we need to sort the data.
So guys, if you use any programming like C or C++ or Java, okay, do you need to write a program or a function to find the median? In Python, you will just have to write median. You'll get the answer. If you find the if you want the average, you'll just write mean. You get the answer. If you want to get the percentile value, just write quantile. Okay, you'll get the answer. So for everything, you will get the answer. So guys, it is not for the computer science guys. Okay, we are not the programmers. Now thing is data science. So we need the mathematics, we need the computer science, and we need the domain expertise. So computer science, mathematics, and the domain expertise. Now it is too difficult to get everything. So this circle is shrinking. Now, okay, what I mean to say. So let's say, for example, there are typical hardcore mathematicians, not about you guys. Typical hardcore mathematicians, statisticians, they know only about the maths. If you tell me, okay, do you know programming? What will be the reaction? So you need to better programmer than a mathematician. You need to be a better programmer than a mathematician, and a better mathematician than a computer science guys. Guys, okay, mark my word, right? Once you go in the industry, after 2 years, if you ask what is median, 50% or 80% of the guys will not able to answer it. We are engineers, but we are very poor in the maths. That is the harsh reality of this industry. Many guys are not coming in the data science because they think, okay, there's maths is a phobia. Okay, but that's not a case. In the data science, we have applied, we have a research, two different things. Correct. Because you are in the BTech or you are in the MTech or you are doing your PhD, you are in touch with your studies, right? You know everything. But once you leave it, you are into the real world problem. You will, it's like there are high chances that okay, many guys they forget the basic concepts. If I give a basic, right, x square, what is the differentiation or integration? Okay, I bet that 70% guys cannot answer it in the industry. They cannot answer it. Guys, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thing is, you need to be a better mathematician than a programmer. So let's say, for example, Vashu is a mathematician and the Tarun is a programmer. So whenever I go to Tarun, I talk about the mathematics. Whenever I go to Vashu, I talk about the computer science programming. So I need not to compete mathematicians in the maths. No. So whenever I come to mathematician, I'll talk about the CS. Whenever I come to guys with the computer science, I'll talk about the maths. And if I can manage both the stuff, I'm good. I can be a data scientist. Right. So the programming is also very simple. If you can play the games on your mobile phones, you can program in the Python for the data science. It is so easy. What we need the aptitude, right? And we need the effort from the associate. Right. Just by doing this course, if you think that okay, you'll become a data scientist, not possible. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. What else I need to show you? Just 1 second, because my system got hanged in between. So these are some simple use cases, guys, right? Data scientists are high in demand. Everyone knows, right? The sexiest job of the 21st century. And after that, this term coined data scientist. Otherwise, before that also, yeah, we were working in the same field, but we did not know that, okay, we are data scientists. Correct. So, so there was a report of HBR, Harvard. So Harvard Business Review, right? So they have given this article, they have written this article, and after that, oh, okay, so there was buzz, right? And it's not a fake buzz, guys. Everywhere, trust me, everywhere with the guy with the 50 years of experience, it's like 50 year, with the age of 50 year, they are also expected. Now the AI course has been linked to their appraisals everywhere in the industry, be it the IT industry, be it the pharma industry, telecom industry, everywhere. So you should have a basic understanding about the AI. It's no more luxury; it is essential. CBSE is coming with the AIs as a subject in class 10th, I guess. That is in the plan. Okay, so no more luxury. It's essential part. Everyone is doing it, and if I don't do it, okay, there's a problem. Right. So demand now the thing is, okay, it is not so easy also. Now, because it is essential, everybody, almost everybody, right? Okay, that will be too much, but most of the guys are trying to reskill themselves, the professionals, right? Or the freshers. So the competition is also tough. I won't say that, okay, you simply do a course and you get an offer. It's not going to happen. You need to really put the effort. Correct. But the difference is, okay, I'll just give you one stats. The TCS, Infosys, they are not the paymasters. Everyone knows it, right? But if they recruit the guy from the MSC chats, a fresher, they pay 9 lakh rupees per annum package. Infosys and TCS both. 8.5 to 9. MSC stats. Right. The TCS digital, right? If uh, if they know that, okay, you are coming and joining their digital team, the package is almost double, around 4 to 7 or 3.5 to 7 or 7.5. I'm not very sure. Correct. So things are happening here, guys. Okay. So the risk reward ratio is really favorable. Correct. So researchers, I talk about researchers, right? So for the data scientists here, applied data scientist, Python R SQL. Python is one thing. Correct. See the salary package. As a fresher, if you go to on-site, the package will be somewhere around 70K for the normal technology, right? Python is everywhere. Python is everywhere, guys. So data science, right? You all know a lot of things, right? I can talk for 2 more hours at least. Correct. Social media, IoT, websites, and all other things. Something about Henry Harvin. So guys, so it's a 32-hour session, correct? And all the sessions will be recorded. I'll not talk about the fees because I'm not from the commercial team, right? Correct. So, and if someone misses it, right, they will get the recordings. You will have the LMS also, and all the sessions will be hands-on sessions. So you are expected to have a laptop, right? And please do not join from the mobile phone if you join the course. Otherwise, okay, you are going to lose a lot of things. Now here actually the first 50% of the course are the prerequisite. We will focus on the Python. We'll focus on the Python, and when we focus on the Python, we'll talk about a lot of concepts. Concepts like what is correlation, what is outliers, what is missing values, how to treat it, what is the plots, a scatter plot, bar plot, histogram, right? Box plots, and why it is important, when it is important, when to make what. Correct. And then we'll talk about the machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, whatever the maths is required will be covered here. And so first thing is theory, second thing is your coding part. Coding part, it is really very easy, but you guys need to focus on the pandas. So 50% of the time, okay, we'll go till here. So you say, right, almost here, to understand what is data science, what is machine learning, what is Python. Because until unless I know Python, if I started with, what has happened? Let's say I have chosen Python, right, for the course. So I will have to first learn Python. Then only I can implement the algorithms. Otherwise, what will happen? You will understand in all theories, but you cannot implement it. Correct? So those things will be covered, guys. Some success stories, and trust me, right? Okay, I have taken a lot of batches for the IITs IIM, right? From Henry Harvin. I do not have all the folders here, but a lot of the guys, right? A lot of the colleges, especially the premium colleges, right? Because they are aware that why it is important, and without it, see, they are not looking for a job. If you are in IIT, or if you are in IIM, okay, the job is guaranteed. But still, they are opting for the courses. You can understand the awareness. You can understand the reasons. Something is happening, guys. Okay, something wrong. Okay, guys.
You can continue.
Yeah. So lot many corporate clients, right? And it's about the fees. You can check with your coordinators, right? Or media recognition. So Henry Harvin is a good name in the field. Correct. I can talk about the courses, right? If you have any question, you can shoot. I'll give you my honest opinion. So some FAQs are that okay? Is it only for the CS guys or is it for everybody? So the plain and vanilla answer is for everyone, right? And everyone should do it. I'm not saying that okay, you join Henry Irwin, but you should do it. Guys, any question?
Yes, you can unmute and ask your questions, or you can send them in chat, so we'll answer your questions.
Field is really very interesting, right? And once again, it's not a choice. It's not a choice.
There was a question from Akshat Katuria that machine learning and data science are same or what? And also another question that anybody from any branch can join data science, or
Yes.
is it like helpful?
Definitely. Now, nothing is here, right? So yeah, I was just saying what this was the part one. Good question, guys. Here, part one, which we don't need. Part two is must essential. Now the part three is that now if you have done something, you need to report it. And how you are going to report it? You are probably going to use some softwares like Excel, PPT, right? Or we have some other softwares like Alteryx, Tableau, Power BI. Power BI, right? Alteryx, Excel, Watson once again. Many things actually, many things. KNMIE. So now the data science and machine learning, what is the difference? Now the data science guys is a very abused term, right? Everyone claims to be data scientists, but they're not. So statisticians, right? They know the data, they know the algorithm. If you give the data, they will simply work on it, job done. Now the machine learning guys, they are a little bit more aware from the business, more aware. The data science, so machine learning, the data scientists, right? Data scientists, these are the guys who understand the business as well. Business in the sense that okay, you understand that why you are doing it. Now, let's say for example, you have got the data, right? And you use a ML algorithm, you got the results. Now that this is the job of the statistician. Now the machine learning guys will do something extra. Now the machine learning is nothing, right? It's a data scientist in between somewhere. Now the data scientist guys, so they know that how to interpret the results, how you're going to solve the business problem. So some business acumen, business understanding is required, and you need to have some experience with the Tableau or the Power BI also. You can create some graphs. Let's say, for example, if you say that if you ask any machine learning engineer that can you please prepare a graph with the Tableau, they will feel offended. No, this is not my job. Correct. But a data scientist will do that also. Will do that also because it may look that that is not a very high-fi stuff, but business understands not the statistics. Business understands the graph, the plain English. You cannot assume that your boss will do a course from the Henry Harvin or from anywhere else to understand your presentation. Correct. So you need to talk in their own language. So now this data scientist, so they're machine learning plus sort of the business guys. Right. So as far as the skill is concerned, algorithm is same, right? For the statisticians, yeah, they will be more technical. Now for the data scientists guys, yeah, they know that how to interpret and how to make a story and how to represent it to the customer. Correct. With some graphics ability. Graphics in the sense, it's a very simple tools, guys. Tableau, Power BI, and all. Correct. So they have a fair idea about it. Any other question, guys?
So guys, let me clear some like the most common doubt. Like it is not only for computer science branch. Everybody can join this batch. And also this course will start from Python basics. So there are no prerequisites in the coding that you need to know. You will be taught everything in that class only. So this was just a kickstart or a head start, you can say. And if you are interested, I am floating a Google form link in the chat. you can fill that form and you will be contacted for further information. So, sir, do you want to say anything else? Like,
Okay. One thing, guys. Yeah. One thing. Yeah. What I can tell you, right? I'm not a business guy, right? And I'm not employee of the Henry Harvin also. But I would strongly recommend that you join the course. If not Henry Harvin, some other course. But please join the course. It is must. You will see the benefit after some time.
Sir, actually, I have a question. Sir, actually, what is the difference between data analytics and data science? Like same है और अलग है?
No. See, data analyst is nothing but, right? They will be mostly focused here.
Okay.
Right. And the data scientist is in all the things.
Okay.
so we can
The
say
data
that the
analyst
data
is a
analyst
subset
is
of data scientist.
okay. Anyone has any another question left to ask, sir? Okay. So the fees for this course is 4,000, like discounted price is 4,000 for Thapar students. And so I have floated the form. You can fill that form, and we will contact you further. Okay. And thank you, sir, for joining and giving us your precious time in coming this to event and enlightening us to this extent of for data science and motivating us to take further part in that field only. So proceed further in this field. We are glad you came.
You're most welcome, guys.
And thank you so much, sir,
You
for
all the very
joining.
best. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Let's like
Thank you,
have a
sir.
snapshot before you're
Huh.
leaving.
Let's
Yeah,
have a
yeah, sure.
snapshot.
We can
Let's
like
have a
sir.
that is the most
Guys, all of you, please, can you
everybody please switch on camera if you want to come in the picture.
So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining this session. It was a great session, and thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with this information and important things on data science.
Thank you, guys. You're most welcome. Chalo, guys. Take care. Bye. Enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
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 Guys, we are ending this session now.
Thank
I
you,
think.
sir.
Core team, do you have anything to say or left anything to say?
Not really.
Bhaiya, the form is asking for permission.
Yeah, for like I saw that. I will do that thing and we will float the form on WhatsApp only.
Sir, recording lecture कहाँ पे available होगा, sir?
Yeah,
In a form will be floated soon.
and the recorded lecture information will be floated on WhatsApp only.
तो WhatsApp नंबर पे अपलोड हो जाएगा.
Pardon?
Hello.
Yes. Sachin, your
Yeah,
voice is
Sachin.
breaking.
जी सर,
So
recording lecture कहाँ पे available होगा?
So the recorded lecture of this course will be available on the LMS only. They will be sharing you a Moodle link after you join the course. So all the recorded lectures will be there once you take the course. And if you are talking about this session, I will confirm about this session if it's it will be available for further use or your further watching, and I will inform you guys on WhatsApp only.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you.
So, core team, I think we should end the session now.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you
Baki.
so much for joining. It was a great time having you all here. So, thank you so much for joining.
See you soon
Thank you,
in the
guys.
next event.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.